Hey guys, King of Charmanders here. Alright, so we have a special video. Someone asked me if I could do a little deep dive into Ampharos with Dragon Pulse. So there's only one league where Ampharos with Dragon Pulse actually is super useful or might have some play, and that's in Ultra Premier. Unfortunately, for Great League, for Open Ultra League, or even for Master League, Ampharos isn't the best thing in the world. There's other electric type users that are better. However, in Ultra Premier, you can see Ampharos a lot because there's a lot of things that you can target with Thunder Punch, and it also has Focus Blast. Now, the question is, if you take away Focus Blast and you give it Dragon Pulse, what do you get with it? Because Dragon Pulse with Ampharos is actually pretty good because Volt Switch allows you to generate energy quickly. So Ampharos is a pure electric type. It's kind of a glass cannon, low defense, high attack and stamina, and it maxes out at 3225. So you're not going to get a level 40 for Ultra Premier, unfortunately, but it's still very, very powerful. Now, the thing about a pure electric type, it only has one weakness, which is ground type. So because you only have one weakness, the only thing that's flying around that's really going to give you a problem is probably Swampert. Swampert, maybe a Claydol if someone's crazy enough to run one, but yeah. The ground is the only thing you really have to worry about for an electric type. And you resist other electric types, flying types, and steel types. So sky attacks, mirror shots, etc., wild charges, you do resist them. So Ampharos is a great pick for Ultra Premier. And like I said, because you have Volt Switch, it generates energy quickly. Generally, you want to use Volt Switch and Thunder Punch because Thunder Punch is a low energy move, only takes 3 Volt Switches, and like we mentioned, you have Dragon Pulse. So we're going to look at Dragon Pulse because we have an Incense Day coming up, and with that Incense Day, you can essentially Mega Ampharos and use Dragon Pulse to get stab, or like for Ultra Premier, if you want to use Dragon Pulse, then we're going to find out today just how good it is. Alright, here we have the Ultra Premier Cup rankings. As you see, Ampharos ranks at number 79. The preferred moveset is Thunderbolt and Focus Blast. You want Thunder Punch because it only takes 40 energy, 3 Volt Switches, and you get to spam it really quickly. You also have Focus Blast, which allows you to nuke a lot of things. However, the thing is, what you want to take out is probably, you're going to Thunder Punch Dragon Pulse is what we're looking for here. So as you see here, Ampharos is pretty even across the board. I wouldn't put it into a negative matchup, especially with Swampert, as you see here. However, it does win against a lot of the water typings. Very strong ratings, by the way. Takes out Togekiss as well as Charizard and Lapras. It has a lot of play with what's weak to electric typings in Ultra Premier. That's why it's so good. Ampharos ranks at number 2 at 62 as a lead. As a closer, it's number 40. It's number 48. As you see here, you're able to take out Snorlax with Focus Blast. Our focus here to see is just how Dragon Pulse affects its moveset to see how good it is. Since if you're gonna go for your Incense, even if it's not, if Dragon Pulse is somehow buffed, I would definitely recommend saving one. Especially since Ampharos is still really good for Ultra Premier. As you see here, it's really, really good against, like what I mentioned again, whatever is weak to electric, Ampharos is going to go to town if you get it locked in. Alright, as I always say, please consider donating to PvPoke.com. Here we have Ampharos with Dragon Pulse. I also have Focus Blast here so we can compare. Now, I'm going to tell you right now from first glance, like when I look at it, Ampharos with Dragon Pulse is only useful to target Dragon types. And that's basically it. So if you hit a Dragon Pulse on a Dragon type, it's going to hurt a lot. You'll probably KO Dragonite, you'll probably KO Kingdra, two of the most popular ones. But generally, that's what you're targeting. Most of the other time, you're going to use Thunder Punch because that's your biggest bait move. It also does heavy damage if it's able to land against something that's super effective against. Got 2 shield, we're going to hit Battle. As you see here, with Thunder Punch, you still both movesets generally beat the same, but like, you're going to use Thunder Punch. A good example is probably Charizard. You're just going to straight Thunder Punch. No matter what moveset you use, Thunder Punch, Thunder Punch, Thunder Punch. Now, the 2 shield Ampharos is actually pretty strong. As you see here, you drop the Clefable matchup because Charmers, unfortunately, are oppressive. Abomasnow does resist your Volt Switch, so it's going to give you a hard time. Exeggutor Shadow also resists your Volt Switch, and Gallade as you see here, with its Leaf Blade, it can just basically spam Leaf Blade to death. As you see, Leaf Blade, Leaf Blade, Leaf Blade. So things that outpace you. Volt Switch is a 4-turn move. However, there are some Pokemon that can outpace you. Mainly Gallade, so that's why you get outpaced. I mean, that's why you lose. Same thing with Gengar. Gengar gets a Shadow Claw really quickly, and it does heavy damage. That's why you lose in the 2-shield. You beat Kingdra, Lapras. With the Focus Blast one, you can beat Magnezone in the 2-shield if you can land a Focus Blast. Now, that's the key word. If you can land a Focus. You have to double bait and then Focus Blast. Now, here's the thing about, as you see here with Kingdra, in the 2-shield, if you are able, as you see, you're going to Thunder Punch, Focus Blast. So you can beat Kingdra. However, as you see here, Dragon Pulse isn't exactly enough to do enough damage. Or, here, if we, not Focus Blast, Dragon Pulse, there you go. Okay, so we do Dragon Pulse. As you see here, Dragon Pulse only does 97 total damage against Kingdra. In other words, you don't even OKO it. With all the damage you do, after you hit Dragon Pulse, it still has 13 HP left. So, unfortunately, even though Ampharos does have a high attack, Dragon Pulse won't actually kill Kingdra. For Dragonite, which are your two main targets, which is Dragonite and Kingdra, if you do have Dragon Pulse will KO the Shadow version. As you see here, you do the chip damage you get with getting the Volt Switch energy, you can actually OKO it. So Shadow Dragonite, you can OKO. Same thing with regular Dragonite, you can do a lot of damage. As you see here, you hit the Dragon Pulse in the 0, it does a ton of damage. 114, 139, plus the chip damage you get from Volt Switch will KO. So, mind you, it won't exactly like 100% KO if you just Dragon Pulse it at full HP. But with chip damage, you will take out Dragonite, Kingdra, or Dragonite Shadow version. Other than that, as you see here, most of the other matchups you have, you will be just going straight Thunder Punch. So without, the big problem is without Dragon Pulse, you drop the Magnezone matchup. I mean, this is a rough matchup anyway, so I wouldn't bank on it. But being able to, if you can bait Boat Shield and hit as you see here, because you do resist Magnezone, if you're able to bait Boat Shield and then Focus Blast, you will KO a Magnezone. Now, the thing is, without Focus Blast, you also drop Umbreon, unfortunately. So, Umbreon XL is a beast, and if you land a Focus Blast, you can take out a lot of its HP. Unfortunately, without Focus Blast, you will lose against Umbreon XL. So, you drop two matchups in the 2 shields if you have Dragon Pulse, but, like I mentioned, if, just two matchups, which are pretty relevant, but, I would say it's just really one because you have to bait with... Actually, both are bait-dependent matchups, so it doesn't really matter too much. In the 1 shield, things don't get much better. As you see here, in the 1 shield, you actually drop a lot of matchups. You will lose against Blaziken, etc. Blaziken, Excavalier, things that can possibly take you out if they have Energy Lead or if they have Ground-type moves are going to take you out. You will take out, however, Charizard. You can take out Shadow, Dragonite, Driplim, and Pulling because they're water and water types respectively. You also take out Kingdra, Lapras, basically everything you're super effective against you can take out. With the Focus Blast variation, you can actually beat Obstagoon because you can Focus Blast double weak Obstagoon will get one shot by a Focus Blast. Same thing with Magnezone. If you Focus Blast Magnezone, you can win. And you can beat Umbreon. So you drop you drop essentially so you drop 2 matchups, or 3 matchups, including Obstagoon if you run Dragon Pulse. As you see here, for the typings that you share that you beat, most of the time you will Thunder Punch them to death. So as you see here, you're just going to straight Thunder Punch poor Snorlax. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare Punch War. And you're going to to be exact, you're Thunder Punching. And then here we go in the zeros. In the zeros, we have... When the zeros with Focus Blast, you can beat Abomasnow. You can also beat Machamp and Magnezone. Well, actually... Yeah, you can beat Magnezone. Machamp, I believe you... Well, I think you have to Focus Blast it to KO. Yes, so a Machamp you could take out if you Focus Blast. Straight Focus Blast from Machamp. You also can beat Obstagoon, Snorlax. You drop both variations of Snorlax in the zeros, and Umbreon XL. So you drop a lot of matchups in the closers if you don't have Dragon Pulse, or if you don't have Focus Blast. So, justification to run... As you see, there's really no point of you running Dragon Pulse as of right now. As with Shield Advantage... You're pretty much going to be able to Focus Blast a lot of things to oblivion. That's why you pick up so many matchups. And the only matchups you pick up with Dragon Pulse is, in the 1-0s, is Shadow Executor and Venusaur. So you're going to Dragon Pulse, Shadow Executor, and Venusaur, as you see here. So Dragon Pulse does flip some matchups. But as you see here, Focus Blast allows you to basically beat Abomasnow and Ampharos. So there's a lot of one-shot potential with Focus Blast versus Dragon Pulse. In the 2-0s, you pretty much wipe everything into existence. If you have Dragon Pulse, you wipe out the entire meta. If you have Focus Blast, you do not. Venusaur does beat you. So there is like 1 or 2 good things about running Dragon Pulse. In the 2-to-1s, as you see here, not having the Focus Blast actually kind of hurt. As you see here, you'll drop both variations of Obama. You also drop the mirror against Ampharos. You're able to beat Machamp if you have Dragon Pulse, but the thing about that is that you have to bait successfully, then hit the Dragon Pulse, because you can't just straight Dragon Pulse, as you see here. You get a Thunder Punch and then you Dragon Pulse, and then Dragon Pulse wipes it out. But that's just one matchup with shield advantage. So losing that matchup, so you pick up 1 matchup versus 3 matchups. So 3 matchups is much better than 1 matchup. So Ampharos or Dragon Pulse, keep it, it's nice to have, but unfortunately it's going to be a 6 out of 10. The thing about Ampharos without Focus Blast is you lose coverage against Snorlax, you also lose the ability to nuke a lot of things. As you saw in the Matrix, Focus Blast is really useful for literally just annihilating anything from the face of the freaking Ultra Premier Cup Earth if you're able to land it. Now, with Dragon Pulse, like I mentioned, you only have really 2 targets, which is Kingdra and Dragonite. If you hit the Dragon Pulse, it does a lot of damage. I've seen it before. It's actually happened to me before. That's why. When you receive it, you know how powerful it is, and it does a lot of damage. That is if you can hit the Dragon Pulse, like I mentioned. Dragon Pulse is good because it does flip some matchups in some scenarios. However, it will not flip as many matchups as Focus Blast. As you see here, if I hit Focus Blast 64%, you give it Dragon Pulse, and it drops down to 61. In the zeros, which you're probably going to see the most bang for your buck, with Thunder Dragon Pulse, that's 50%. If you give it Focus Blast, here's what happens. Bam, 66. A whole 16%, so a whole 16%, so that's 248 wins. With Dragon Pulse, this is your win percentage. You drop to, wait, what the heck? Wait, is that really that much? Holy mother of mercy. So that's 189. So you drop literally like 51 matchups. That's bad. So you lose, you go from 50 to 66. That's really bad in the closer. So as you see, Focus Blast factually is able just to do so much. With it, Ampharos' high attack stat, you can take advantage and nuke a lot of things. Not to say Dragon Pulse is not a nice to have. If Dragon Pulse can get buffed later on, then maybe Dragon Pulse will have a lot more use. As of right now, however, it's best for you to do this. Go to Incense Day, get a good IV PvP Mareep, evolve, get your Ampharos that has Dragon Pulse, and leave it. Just leave it in your storage, wait till it becomes useful, because like I said, unless Dragon Pulse is buffed, unfortunately, it's just overall not as useful as an Ampharos with Focus Blast would be for Ultra Premier Cup. Keep it just in case, don't power it up, wait, and maybe, just maybe, it will get buffed. Guys, like this video, please like and subscribe. Good luck on your Global League sets, and I will see you on the next video.